a lot of people start to have interest for some of these old NFTs that kind of paved the way, that were, that they call like OG NFTs or whatever. So as a result of that, I first heard about it. There was a lady that I used to trade cards and stuff with. She said that there was this guy doing auctions on Telegram, and that some of these old cards were selling, for good money. So I was like, okay, well, let me figure out how to get my cards off the old thing and then start to try to sell them. So the cards I'm referring to are here. So this is just a wallet, Bitcoin based wallet. And then these are the different assets. So in this particular series, it's like, here's one of the cards here. And so they're from a game called Spells of Genesis. So this guy basically had this idea to create these games. He was a developer and he wanted to make them mobile. So he actually made a iOS game, and then he put these cards in here. But for whatever reason, since this was done back in 2015, a lot of these collectors and stuff, they really wanted these cards pretty well. So the problem was that these cards is on this blockchain. This blockchain had pretty much died. You had them in your wallet if you kept up with it, but nobody was really trading them. So the way to be able to get to them is you have to go out here to this site. It's called freewallet.io. So okay, so you go here and you download your appropriate version. I'm on a Mac, so I got the Mac version and I have it up right here. So what I'm showing here is my free wallet. So what you have to do is you got to do a couple things first. So it's a lot of steps to get into it, particularly with these cards per se. Some of the other NFT is not, they're not this, not that many steps, but we're just gonna walk through this part, and then we'll get into some of the other ones. So let me shrink this down just a little bit. Okay, here we go. So go out there, download the wallet. Once you had a wallet, you're going to have some Bitcoin. You got to put some Bitcoin in it, because what happens is that if I wanted to send, like, say, let me go down to one of the cards. So this is one of the cards here. If I want to send one of these cards out, I have to have some Bitcoin in here because I got to pay the fees, right? But this is a card. I can send it to another Bitcoin address and then send it, and I got to pay the gas fee, the network fee for Bitcoin, and I can send it. But so that's just how I get stuff out of my wallet that I have. All right. So that's one piece. All right. The other piece is the way that these cards was trapped on that blockchain. It was really nobody was trading in these on this blockchain anymore. So some guys, they have been working on some technology, and they created this thing called Emblem Vault. And so if I go out here to emblemfinance.com, so this is it here. Go to Emblem Finance. So they are integrated with several different blockchains. So they're integrated with Binance, Polychain, and whatever. But their whole thing is basically wrapping assets inside a container that they call a vault. And so this is a vault. So this is a popular NFT on the Ethereum network. So right now you can see in the lower left hand corner, I'm on the Binance Smart Chain. So it integrates with a bunch of different blockchains. So if I switch over to my Ethereum blockchain here, well, actually I'm gonna go to Matic because that's what I have. So if I go to the Matic blockchain, now it tells me that I'm on the Polygon blockchain, which is fine. So what I would want to do is, again, I have cards on Counterparty that are Bitcoin based, but I need to be able to get them off Counterparty because I want to be able to list them on an exchange. So the exchange that these are associated with is an exchange called OpenSea. So to back up a little bit, most of all of this NFT craze right now is happening because Ethereum is almost, it's what, $3,200 or whatever it's trading for these days. And as a result of that, you got these guys running around here with a pocket full of, money, and they buying whatever. So there's a lot of speculation. So if I go to Ethereum, so what's Ethereum trading at today? So $3,500, right? So you got some of these guys that just got, millions of dollars or whatever, and they're trading these things. But this is where most of the liquidity at is on the Ethereum blockchain. So what Emblem Vault did is they have a integration with this company here called OpenSea. So OpenSea is an NFT marketplace. It's just a place you go to buy and sell and to list your stuff for sale. So think about it as being like an eBay, for digital assets. And what they've done is you can create. So let me go to one of my vaults. So they have their own token that they use to charge you to create a vault, right? And let me see, it must not be on the right blockchain. Oh yeah. Let me go to the other one. On the wrong account. Okay. So these are my vaults, and if you want to create a vault, right? So again, you got to start with a container, then you load something in the container, and then you go list whatever you have in the container out on the marketplace in order to sell it. So if I was to create a vault here, it's associated with my MetaMask wallet. I'll say next. So I have a little system that I put here. So like for my different cards and stuff. So I'll say whatever the name of the card is. So let's say if I was going to list one of these cards. So let's say I was listing this Genesis card. So I'll just grab this Genesis card. Again, I have like a little description that I put in for my stuff. So let's just say Genesis card, Spells of Genesis. I'll usually put the year. So let's just say 2015. I'm not going to actually create this, but just walk you through the example. All right. And then I'll say, this is a card, blah, 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 just some kind of description. All right, so do that. I'll make a vault. So what happens is just imagine that I did that, right? And it creates one of these things. So I have a title. There'll be a description. You can't see the description here. And you see the actual card. And so what I can do is I can just screenshot the card for what I want, and then I can upload the file, and so that'll give me the image on the card. But when you first create this vault, it's empty. There's nothing in it. So the way to put something in it, if I go back here and click on it, you can see that it has these addresses down here. So these are deposit addresses. Once you have the container, then you can load the container with different crypto. And so this is a counterparty, which is on the XCP blockchain. I can actually click on that, get the address, and now it's just like sending crypto from one wallet to another. So in this case, if I wanted to load one of these rare pepes over here, right? And I say I send to, I copied that already, that folder. And then I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna send Genesis card. All right. Send one of folder Pepe cards to this address. This is the same address that I copied on the left. You can see about the last 5 CNXJP. I guess for whatever reason didn't copy that one. Let me go back. Okay. So that would be the wallet. And then I would go down here and say, okay, how many do I want to send? So it's just the source, my wallet, the wallet destination, the asset that I'm sending. How many do I have available? How many do I want to send? I'll say 1. And then since, again, this is a Bitcoin piece, I need to go look at the Bitcoin fees so I can put in the proper gas fee. So if I go down here to, where is it? Going blind. Okay, Bitcoin average transaction fee. So I just go out to this site and all I do is look so I can see what the prices are for the day. So say $3.66. All right. So I just use that to make sure that I have enough here to pay for it. So that's why I was saying that, didn't mean that. That's why I was saying that in my wallet here, let me go back. So that's why I need to have some Bitcoin in here, because you have to have Bitcoin in order to send stuff out of here. So again, I go back, got Bitcoin in there. Here, I'm just putting the address back in because I clicked away from it. I'm gonna send one of those. And then down here, it's $2.66. So it's probably gonna say 5.5. It's not enough. Say 5.7, 268. That'll be enough. And now if I hit send, it's gonna send that. And then once it sends it, the address that it's going to is this just get out of my way. The address that it's going to is this Emblem Vault. And so when I sent it before, I sent that one of those cards here to it. And now this is the contents of this container. So easy way to think about it. Say you got a box, you have nothing in the box. The box just represents a vault. You put something in the box, and then the box is a container for whatever you just put in it. In this case, we just put a card in it. Okay. Now where the magic happens is they have an integration where you see here, it says view vault on OpenSea. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to OpenSea, right? OpenSea is a marketplace. Now I can go out here and list it for sale. And then, if there are people, so I just got, 4 people watching this particular card, and I list it for a price, and then, so I sell them. So this is kind of like the entire process, to go through in terms of getting your, number one, setting up your wallet on Counterparty by downloading. If you don't have one, you create one the first time, you get an address. You have a wallet. You send some Bitcoin to that wallet address. You have it in there. Then if you have any assets in here, then you can send them from there. So what I told him I was going to send him a couple cards so he can start off and he'll have some assets in here, right? And then from there, once you have that piece set up, then you'll go to Emblem Vault. Now, one thing I didn't say in terms of the Emblem Vault piece, let me go back. So the gas fees are crazy on Ethereum. So what you can see here on let me go back one more. So on my Emblem Vault here, I thought I went all the way back. I guess I didn't. So if I go back to Emblem Vault here, they integrate with, so just like in here, just use this as an example. So you can see they integrate with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I think that's Namecoin, DBG. I don't even know what DBG is, Doge, and Bitcoin Cash. So these networks are networks that these networks are networks. Hey, Shawnee, that you can actually send stuff to that they've integrated with. So I use Polygon. So Polygon is and that's what I created the vault under on Polygon, because if I go look at the network fees for Ethereum, so let's look at the network fees. Ethereum network fees are ridiculous. So if we go here, let's see, top statistics. Network. So the gas fees, and where is it? Gas fees. So somewhere I can never find it when I need it. So charts and stacks. Ether daily price. What's the gas fee? Wait. Okay, here we go. How do I have to find it? Let me see. So, but all right, so here, I guess it's on this. I didn't realize it was on the same thing. So here you can see, for me to do one transaction, so like I was sending that card from this wallet here, if this was on an Ethereum blockchain, where when we just compared this same thing to Bitcoin portion, Bitcoin only cost me like $2.67. Whereas if I was going to do one transaction today on the Ethereum blockchain, it'll cost me $214. So it's like, well, why would I overpay for those? Now there's a trade-off with it, because you may have people that are on the OpenSea network that you got more people that have Ethereum than you do the Polygon, right? So it's just about the market. So say, hey, you got some stuff that you're selling and you're selling it for US dollars, but somebody come up to you and say, well, hey, I don't have US dollars. I got, Mexican pesos. And you're like, okay, I don't really want to accept Mexican pesos, but I will if I can exchange them. And so, but Antonio will tell you, I hate these Ethereum gas fees. So I put mine on the Polygon network for that. But if you have a card that's expensive enough that you can move and there's a lot of people selling, then you can say, hey, let me put it out there. I'll go ahead and pay the high gas fee and I'll just pass the cost on to the buyer. So that's kind of like the just like the process. So let me go back through. Let me see if I missed anything. Where's my... All right, here we go. So download the wallet. Make sure you have some BTC in it. If you use MetaMask, I'll just send you some. If you get your vault set up, I'll send you some vault tokens. Because you got to have it. So like, it wasn't apparent. But if I went ahead and created one of these vaults, I won't create it, but I'll just walk you through and I'll show you. So let's say here, go here. I do whatever, doesn't matter. There, I say next. All right, but you will give a real title and a real description. If I go to embed, I can say a JPEG. Go here. I'll just take a recent screenshot that I did. I think that's one of the cards I used before. All right, it'll upload the card. And then you see here where it says creating a vault spends 300 CoVol from your wallet. So you have to have these CoVols here in your wallet. And I don't know why they're not showing, but I got a balance of CoVols on this wallet and it'll consume 300 in order to create the vault. So that's the toll that's basically the price you got to pay in order to be able to create a vault. But once you create a vault, then you can send it. Now, in the sense where you're just doing NFTs that are native to that particular blockchain, you don't have to go through all this stuff. The reason why I'm having to go through this is because I got cards on a blockchain that nobody uses anymore that much. And what I'm really trying to do is get it to a marketplace that people are spending, a good bit of money for here on OpenSea. And OpenSea is like probably the most popular marketplace today. So, and so if you look here, so this is what I was gonna bring up. So that's that's the whole idea around getting the vault. You have to have vault tokens in order to create a vault. Once you create a vault, then you load the vault with assets. Once you have the assets in there, then you can come out to this marketplace and list them for sale. And so when I'm trying to figure out pricing for a card, so say for instance, I have you saw I had that Genesis card in my wallet, right? So I'll say, okay, Spell of Genesis card. All right, so let's see. So, yeah, so people are watching it, but let me see. So I'm just searching for this card, and then I'm gonna sort by recently sold, and I want to see what the market is selling for these. So you can see here where it says last, these are the prices that they sold for. So let's click on this one for 98 cents or 89. I mean, not 89 cents, 0.89 Ethereum. So Ethereum is trading for $3,400. So 0.89 of 34. So, whatever that math is. So you can see here, this sold 2 days ago for 0.89 Ethereum. So say at just take an average. I think we just saw Ethereum at 3,400. So $3,000 for that card. That's what somebody paid for it. So those are kind of the steps that you have to go through when you're dealing with some of these older assets and using this vault. So that's the, so we got the wallet, get the COVOL. You can really 2 and 3, you don't have to worry about, because I can give y'all some COVOL if you need it. And then create the vault. And so I say here create an Ether vault, but it's really, I didn't create an Ether vault. I created a Polygon vault, which is cheaper, and that's really the only thing. So Polygon is a blockchain. It's a side chain to Ethereum, but it's built on the same technology, and their fees are cheaper. So that's the only reason why I did it. After vault is created, then I get that BTC address like I did. I copied it, and then I went back to my wallet, and then I sent that token from my wallet to the vault, right? And then you just wait. And here I'm just saying that you have to look up to figure out how much you have to put in for the transaction fee. And then you just wait for the card to arrive in the vault. And once it arrives, so like if you have a vault and there's nothing in it. So let's go back to Emblem Vault. I'll show you. So let's see. So these are just any other vaults that are created on the site. So you can see here where it says empty vault here in parentheses. So somebody created this vault, created that particular vault, but they didn't have anything. And then sometimes it takes a minute for it to update. But in the event when you first create it, it's going to say empty vault until you actually load it with stuff. And so if you see anything under these big cards down here, these are the contents for the main picture here. And I'm trying to find one that's empty. Yeah, none of these are empty right now. Let me see if I got any of my old vaults that are empty. I might have one. So these are not these are, so this one is a claim vault. So what happens is, think of your vault is just that. It's a vault you got stuff in, and the reason you created the vault was to put something in it. But once you put something in the vault, you can sell it, you can transfer it. But the person, let's say if you were on the other end, somebody wanted to buy a vault. So let's say, for instance, somebody say, hey, Mike, I want to buy this vault for you. I say, okay, I'll sell it to you. All right. Sell it to them, work out the details of the sale, whatever. And then I say, okay, now I got to deliver the vault to them because they paid me for it, right? If I don't use it through OpenSea and I send it to them, I can say transfer vault. Once they receive the vault on their side and it's associated with their wallet, they can do this, and they say claim. They can crack the vault open. When you crack the vault open, you basically destroy the vault, and then this just becomes a wallet that you have the private keys to, that you can load. And so if I were to crack that vault, I can come back in here, I can load the private keys in here and get the assets that are associated with that vault. So that's how you can move stuff. So in terms of sending, and then what the person receiving will have to do to get the stuff out. So so that's kind of it in terms of, specifically for these counterparty cards. So there's probably a lot of questions, so fire off. Or are you all still there? Am I talking to myself?
No, we're here.
Okay.
We're here. So is there an opportunity to get these cards? I'm guessing no, since this was a few years ago.
Now they say that some of these cards are still available. Let me see if this one. Yeah, so they're selling some of them. So I guess they reloaded some of these. So, but you can see they're selling crazy prices. But the short answer is yes. but they're pricing them according to market, so they're not leaving that much on the bone in terms of what they can sell for.
Right. Okay.
But I have like I said, I got a few that I'm gonna give Antonio so he can take them, or if you're gonna be the one that's going through the process, I'll send them to your address. So however you'll work that out.
What about other NFTs? Are these the only ones that you've been trading or selling? Have you bought anything else?
Yeah, so NFTs are crazy. So let me go back to my sheet. These are just the ones that I've made, good money on.
Okay.
But so all NFTs, they're associated with different blockchains, right? So you got a Binance chain NFTs, you got Solana blockchains, you got Ethereum NFTs, and right now Ethereum is the most popular, and also one thing that you got to look at, the guys that have the Ethereum, they are the richest people right now in crypto. Unless and you may have some Bitcoin guys, but these are the richest guys, at this point, and they're spending a lot of money because remember back in 17, 18, we had like the crypto bull run. Right now, this past month has been the NFT bull run. I mean, they just been going crazy, and so you have projects that are coming out on all of these blockchains, and then another popular one is Wax. And I think another one is Avi. So these are probably the most popular ones. Ethereum by far. And there's a couple sites that you can go and look at. DAppRadar.com. And then crypto.
What are those two sites for?
These are sites that like market, kind of like, I don't know what you would call them, like information sites, or they're the equivalent of market cap, coin market cap, but for decentralized applications. So this is DAppRadar, and if you want to go and say, hey, I want to look at what NFTs are doing, click on the NFT tab, and then you can see the different collections. So,
okay.
Yeah, and then you can see what they're trading for. What the top collections are. The traders. How much they have in sales. The top sales for the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, all time. And
that's like a collective over all the different blockchains?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can see here, like if you see under the title here, then you see the blockchain. So Axie Infinity is on ETH. So you can see this whole thing is dominated by ETH.
By ETH,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And you see that.
And so let's see. But you have some other collections. So if we go to top collections, it's a little bit more. So that's. We got to go all the way down to the 20.
Shawnee, can you mute? Or is that Shawnee?
Huh?
Can you mute?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you can hear me.
It's okay.
That's my bad.
No worries. And so here you got to go all the way down to the 25th one, which is NBA Top Shots, and this is on the Flow blockchain. Yeah.
Okay.
But so you got ETH, Flow. Let me see some of the other ones. No, I'm not sure if it's on this one, but some let you list based upon the different blockchains. Yeah, but yeah, so this one is not showing. And then, yeah, okay, so you can see here. So these are the different marketplaces. So what we were talking about was OpenSea, Axie Infinity. I guess they have their own marketplace. NBA Top Shots, you can buy from there. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Avgachi. Then you got Wax. That's the Wax marketplace. You got Tezos. That's another blockchain. You got Waves. This is its own blockchain. Flow for the NBA Top Shots is its own blockchain. So then you got BSC, which is Binance Smart Chain.
Okay.
So they have some as well. So going back to your question, I have played with some BSC. I've played with some of these. I do not have any on Solana. I bought some stuff. I sold some stuff on the Ethereum blockchain. I have a whole bunch of stuff on Wax, and I do not have anything on Aave. So I don't have any crypto on either of these two.
Okay.
And so like probably the one that I'm most familiar with is Wax. So if you go to wallet.wax.io, and I'll put this in and I'll give you all these notes. Don't take it. I'm sorry, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. So you can go out here and create a wallet for the Wax blockchain right here. All right, and it's free. So if you go back out to here for log out, and it's pretty easy. You can create it with a couple clicks. So if you got a Gmail account, Facebook, or any of these other accounts, you can just click on it. And since mine's already set up, it already knows that I have a wallet and it's asking me for my 2-factor. But if you didn't, you just go through your normal Google login, whatever, and then it'll create an account for you. Once you're, let me put my,
I have a Wax wallet that I created.
Okay, yeah, you probably had a Wax. I think I was telling everybody to go ahead.
Yeah, and Telegram.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, you got one. Let me stop the share so I can put my thing out. Right, 1 second. Put this in. Keep typing on my phone. Why is it going in? I'm typing on the wrong darn input device. Okay. So let me get back. Share the screen again. Okay. So I'm logged into my Wax wallet. And so you'll see here, if you log back into that wallet that you set up some time ago, that'll be your wallet address. And so they got some they're typically like 2 dots in them, and sometimes they may not even have 2 dots. Sometimes it just has 1 dot. But this is my address, and then in here you can see, the different NFTs, that I own. So these and so I've been playing with these for a pretty long time. So got a bunch of NFTs in here, and some I buy and sell, some I win. Some of these, like this weed stuff, is part of a game that this guy created that actually I think that was like one of the first NFTs I got was with that game he created. And so just a bunch of different NFTs and stuff in here. And so once you create the Wax wallet, you have it. And then just like a wallet anywhere else, you can use them in a bunch of different places on different marketplaces. So like I have my MetaMask wallet here, and I was able to use that in OpenSea. Now that I have my Wax wallet, I can use it on this marketplace called Atomic Hub. So Atomic Hub is a Wax marketplace, and then there's another one that I recently started playing with called Nifty Blocks. Let's see. Trying to get back to my document.
Does Wax integrate with OpenSea, or there's specific marketplace for those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Specific marketplace. So OpenSea is only a. Let me put that one up here. OpenSea is they deal with ETH, Poly, which is Polygon, but their old name they just rebranded it recently. Their old name is called Matic. And I saw a couple other tokens that blockchains that they deal with, but those are the 2 main ones that I know. This is just I'll just say I don't know how to describe that radar. It's really like no, let's just say an info site for NFTs. Or I won't say info, it's really like analytics. Can't spell analytic. Is that right? I don't know if that's right or not. But got it. So it's another site there. This is where you can create a wallet, and then this one here is a wax marketplace. And then the other one is I think it's Nifty Blocks, I believe. It's another wax. So. Yeah, it's Nifty Blocks. So these are different sites. You can take this. Yeah, DebtRadarlist.com. Okay. So these are just, other, and they all pretty much have the same thing. So like if I like this interface a little bit better. So what happens is you can, on this site, you can actually create your own NFT. So I created an NFT some time ago. And so it's a process that you go through to create your own NFT, but you can create one. And once you create the NFT, then you can make your items for sale. So all NFTs on the Wax blockchain, they belong in collections. And then from within the collection, you have a schema. And then within the schema, you have a template. So just think of a schema as just being just the attributes. So if you say, hey, I'm going to create an NFT of, my collection, and I wanted to have a name, I don't know, say if an NFT about, a doll. And so you say a name of the doll, the color, the sex, and which age the doll is or whatever, right? And so, those are attributes that you can have in a schema. And then, so once you create a template and create a schema, then you can start minting them. So those are creating, copies of them, and then you can make them for sale. So when you go out here to see like these new listings, so this is an NFT, and it's been created by this guy, which is the owner. And he has it in a collection, and then there's a schema, and then there's a template associated with it, right? But you go through all that, and basically that's how you create it. Now, if you're not interested in creating them, you can kind of forget all that. All you'd be worried about is just going out here and saying, hey, is there something that, I want to look at to be able to buy, right? And, a lot of the NFTs I just bought them because I like them or whatever, or I got them for free or what have you. But recently, I've just been trying to evaluate which of these NFTs, because they're coming out, daily. Project after project. So if you go on Twitter, which I've been spending way too much time on lately, but if you go on Twitter and you just put in like NFT community, just search for that, hashtag, you'll just start to see, project. That's a project. This guy's doing a giveaway from a project called Unbearables. It's another project. So, it's probably hundreds of NFTs that are dropping every day. And so trying to find out who's going to win, it's hard. And so there's a guy that put out and I think I saved it. Let's see. No, it's not her. Let's see. Trying to find, because I saved it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that article. So, but basically he had a, let me see if I can. I think it was White Rabbit. Not White Rabbit, W Rabbit. Yeah. So I think this is the one where people were just trying to come up with a way, because these NFTs have really started now to become like an asset class that you got these collectors. So let me back up. Remember when I told you how I found out that, you know, I had these cards for a long time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then there was a guy it was this lady. She told me that this one guy was selling some of these old cards that we own for some crazy money. So this is actually the guy here, Theo. And so what he did was they run an auction through Telegram. So right here, it says a summary of September. So this guy is another auction guy. So let me just bring this up and show you. And I thought this was pretty crazy, but what it showed me was if you have enough people with enough interest on some assets that have value, you can sell them. And so this is the last NFT auction. So I'm trying to find one of the cards from my collection. So this is a spell, didn't sell. Let me try to find one that sold. Okay, so here's some cards from my collection called Spells of Genesis. So this collection had 5 cards in it, and it sold for $3,200, and it sold it to this guy. So what these guys do, so she told me, she's like, hey, this guy's out here selling cards. So he has a process that he goes through, and he said, hey, if I click on here, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so let's just look. So say, hey, by submitting a form, auction takes place, blah, blah, blah. He goes through and he just start listing a bunch of information that you want to put in your email address, Twitter handle, a PIN, optional address. And then you basically say, hey, I got some assets that I want to sell. You describe your assets, and then you basically list them. So like he says here, you know, you're going to sell your Banana Pepe card or whatever it is. And then he gets all these buyers together, and they run this auction through Telegram. First time I saw it, I was amazed. I was like, you have to be kidding me. But what it showed me was that there's always some industrious people out there that if you got stuff of value, you can take it to the proper auction. And if they have the ability to recruit buyers and they bring you as a seller into the, you know, same place or whichever side you sit on, if you're a buyer in one case or seller in another, that these marketplaces can happen. And they just use the technology and just got people from, you know, God knows where bidding and selling these cards. And so when she told me, I was like, so I looked at it and I couldn't believe what some of these cards were going for. And so I said, well, hey, let me figure out what I need to do. And so the culmination of that were these instructions that I put together when we first started about what it takes to get some of those cards off. So that's kind of how I got there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can jump off in the deep end of the pool, or you can just go you can go the easy route and just say, hey, you already got Wax. All you gotta do is log into your account. You come out here to your Wax Explore, you know, out here to Atomic Hub, and you can start, you know, buying these. But can't believe I can't find it. Let me look on my phone, see if I can find this article, because this guy went through and he started to talk about how do you evaluate the NFT market. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I did find it. NFT and scarce digital assets. Let's see. Because again, it's become a here we go. So it says, you know, economies and markets, blah, blah, blah. So he basically starts to go through and says, is it scarce? So how many of these particular assets in that collection that you're looking at, how many of them have been made for sale, right? So he says that you want to have a level of scarcity with these, because if they're scarce and coupled with a lot of interest, then you can get, the right demand for it. And the more demand you have, which is going to increase the price. Then he says another factor is what's the significance of the team or the people, and then the popularity of the issuer. So who put this game out? Do they got any cred? Is it associated with some kind of utility? So is it part of some kind of game or, some metaverse or whatever? Then says, okay, what's the significance of the asset and what it represents? Is it a first generation series? So like what made my cards valuable they were just old. So even before the DeFi craze, not DeFi, but I'm sorry, even before the NFT craze hit, in the past couple of months, these cards were made like 3 to 4 years ago. And so they're considered like some of the original NFTs even before they were called NFTs, right? So for whatever reason, they became collector's items. And again, people wanted to, have them and own them. And some people just wanted to buy them because they're just traders. So they say, hey, I know I can sell this card because, say, Antonio told me about this card that he's looking for. He said he's willing to pay, 3 ETH for, so $9,000, right? And I just got to go hunt and see if I can find it. And if I can find it for somebody, and say maybe buy for, say 6,000, I can take that 6,000, turn around and flip it to Antonio for 9 and make the 3 in the middle. And so they're just buying the asset in order to flip it. And then you got some people that are just doing that. Then you got other people that just, want to be collectors and they want to own them. So, but with this thing growing, it says, so in which order? So NFTs, most all NFTs have a mint number. And so usually so if I go back here, so let's take a look at this one. So you can see here, this is so it's like 3 million of these cards. So there's nothing rare about those. Whereas I bought a card today and their whole collection is 1 of 1. So they got 10,000 of them. But so I bought this thing called Blockchain Kid. So this is the only card out of this collection that's like this. And I thought it was pretty ironic because the old dude and I'm an old dude. So I thought it was like, yeah, it was just so happened. Because when you buy it,
pretty cute.
Right, because I didn't know what it was, right? It was like you buy the pack and then they have this process of opening a card and then it reveals to you what's in it,
So you didn't know what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was when I bought it.
So can you, I don't mean to stop you, but can you walk me through the process? Like when you decided to purchase this particular one, what did you do to analyze it before purchasing?
Well, wasn't so much. Well, I'll tell you this. So let's go. Wasn't a whole lot of analysis to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I'll show you. So I went out here and it's listed as so this is one of the marketplaces that I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at it and I was like, that's pretty interesting. So I started looking at it and I said, okay, click on it and see what it's about. And so I came here and I saw this drop. And the first part that struck me was like, it's $49. I'm like, man, $49 kind of expensive for the darn card. What is it about? So I clicked on it and I said, all right. So now I'm starting to read the story a bit. Consists of, and a lot of these got, some kind of narrative or story that they say.
Mm-hmm.
3 guys, whatever, some kids, crypto market, blah, 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 whatever story. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But then it says, 1,000 of these will get a hyper legendary rare card that can be burned for a Bitcoin card. And, and then they have this thing where you can burn a card and actually get the physical toy for it if you want. So this might become a collectible, right?
That's cool. Okay.
It says 5 will find that they got a Bitcoin Pepe. So this Pepe thing has been, so you've probably seen it. It's kind of racist, because the green frog thing and Trump and those, right wingers, they used it, with all the stuff that was going on the last couple of years. And so it has a persona of being kind of neo-Nazi, all of that. But for whatever reason, these crypto kids done picked up on it, and they love these Pepes. And so a lot of these, let me go back to OpenSea. So I'm gonna go back out here. If I just look at the stats, particularly here. So these rare Pepes, they were on that same blockchain that my old cards were on as well. And they're selling like hotcakes. So you see all these. So probably 80% of what you're going to see here are Pepes. Pepe, Spells of Genesis, Pepe. And some of these Pepe cards have gone for ungodly amounts of money. It makes no sense. And it's just something that, and actually, I don't know if it's in this article or not, that it has a cool factor, and for whatever reason the people like it, and so they buy it. Let me see. So going back, so you say, what was the analysis? So I was back here. Let me get back. So I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, hey, look like it got some good features to it. And then I was like, okay, how many comes in this? Because typically when you have a pack, more than one comes in a pack, right? So I went out to their so this is a
social media.
Yeah, social media. But I found that they also got a Discord group. So I went into the Discord group and I'm like, hey, how many comes in this pack? I'm not even sure. And the guy was like, there's 10,000, in the thing. I was like, well, there can't be 10,000 in a pack. And so I put the link up to this. He's like, oh no, this is a one of one. So meaning that this is a unique one. No one else will ever have it. And I was like, okay, so it has one factor to this, this whole thing here in terms of how many are created. So there are 10,000 in the entire pack. But the one that I have, no one else will have that copy. So part of it is, and this is a crazy thing, kind of when you get money into this ecosystem, you start to do some irrational stuff, right? So should I have bought this? I don't know if I should have or not, but I had a few dollars and I'll say, and now as thinking about this kind of as an investor, just like when I had these cards. So to get into that old set that I have, I bought those back in 2015. I think I paid $1 Bitcoin for them, and I don't know, Bitcoin's anywhere like say $400 or $500 at that point. And when the blockchain died, I thought that the cards are just dead. I was like, I got some assets that ain't nothing gonna happen to them because the blockchain is dead. But little did I know, all of these other things happened, in the last 4 or 5 years to bring it to the point this year that it just happened to coincide that you got all these NFTs and you have this crazy market going on and you got these rich, Ethereum cats, and they want to buy this stuff, who knew? And so the idea that you can anticipate some of these things, so you can use some of this type of analysis to go through and try to come up with it, and some of it may work, but I think in another case, some of you just ain't gonna know. And so my idea kind of in this space for not just NFTs but crypto in general is, if you have some money that you're gonna put to work, spread the money around a little bit, because you don't know which one is necessarily gonna win. So I just buy a lot of different projects because I don't know which one. And this one project has paid for everything I've ever done in crypto, just on one project. But I didn't know that this project would have done that when I bought it. You see what I mean? So so you can use some analysis, try to go through that to determine, a way to value some of these things. And then there's some other crypto guys that are on the other crypto guys that are in the space that can try to, give you some insight. And then I start following guys too, and just saying, okay, well, who's buying what? So this guy here, Matty, he's an Indian guy, and I actually was watching some stuff from him today. And so he talks a lot about it And so I just start to follow guys. And as you see some of these main people that you continue to follow and start to learn, and then just watch the Twitter feed. If you get into, because Twitter is just going to start to track your interest based upon stuff you look at. And so after a while, you're going to start to see some of these things. If you've been doing NFT searches and tweets and all that, you're going to start to get a lot of this stuff in your feed. And then you'll just start to notice, what am I seeing? So let's just look at, all right, so we got this funky little skull thing. Okay, here's some kind of metaverse. Keep going down, some robot. All right, okay, Bored Ape Club. Okay, then, I've seen this one a few times. Okay, let's see, just keep scrolling. All right, looks like a Mike Tyson. So what I'm doing here is, what if I start to see things being repeated? Start seeing these same things. Okay, so this is a big one here. This is a ladies NFT set. I think it's called Women. Something of Women. It'll come back up because it's pretty popular. But I've been now. That's one I probably should have bought because I've been seeing that one now for probably a week or two. But
and it's been going up.
Right. And it's been going up. And so here, these are the apes. So just like we saw the Bored Ape Club, BYC, Bored Yacht Club, Bored Ape Yacht Club or something they call them. But you can see these things here. And so a lot of times these guys are putting them in their as their avatars.
Yes.
You start to see these. So yes, Bored Ape Club is what it's called. You'll start to see some of those things. And again, you're just trying to. So if you're not necessarily in love with the art and you're just doing this, because you're trying to make some money, then some of it don't make any sense. So they said, so I don't know if this is true, but they're saying Stephen Curry bought this one. So you can see he put this one. Now, I don't know if he's actually running his own Twitter account, but he put that up recently. So he bought a Bored Ape, right? And so you can say, all right, so you got these people that are famous and they're coming into the space and they're kind of trying to make it, they're making it even bigger because it's going more mainstream. But these Pudgy Penguins is what this series is called. These are selling. So let's just look at this one. These are selling for a crazy price. So what's the offer? Actually not that bad. So I thought it would have been worse, but I think they had one that went for much higher than that. So let me just go here real quick. Sort. And so what I use this tool for not only to be able to sell stuff, to kind of get a feel for what things have gone for recently. Okay, so 2.2. Actually, I thought these was much higher. So these are recent sales. Now, if I look at all-time sales, let's see high to low. Or let me do it like this. Highest last sale.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Almost.
So you see that 1 point.
Whoa. Is that what it was sold for that?
Yeah. That's
listed.
That's the actual price. So the price that's always down at the bottom is the actual price. So you can see that sold for. So they got an offer for 42,000, right? But the last sale was
130 ETH.
Yeah, so do that.
Sheesh kebab.
Yeah. Crazy, right? Now, what will cause that? I don't know. And
So what I found so far, like watching videos and reading some of the articles, is the rarity of them is what drives the price up. Which I guess goes back to the attributes if you were creating an NFT.
Yeah, so I don't know how many are in this. So let's see. I can spell. All right. So it looks like there's 8,888 of them, right? So already it's pretty limited in its number.
Right.
But even in that, so you have to say, okay, so number one, they're sold out. So the only way to get them is in the aftermarket on one of these things, right? So I don't know what they went for when it first came out. But it's over in terms of trying to get them get them at the minting price.
Mm-hmm.
But you go out on it, and it's just like anything else. So if you can pick up one really cheap and you think it's worth it, but if we go back here and let's say, so all right, so that was 3.5, so we're talking $13,000, right? I can't see it,
And he looks pretty plain too.
Right.
Doesn't have much going on.
Well, and that's the thing. So some of this stuff don't even make any sense. So, and when I tell you it doesn't make any sense, look at this. This is an NFT.
Oh yes, I saw that. And what is that from the game Loot?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know anything about the game, but I was curious when I started seeing those on OpenSea. I'm like, what is this?
Right. It makes no sense. And you see the price. I mean, these is 3.5, 0.35 ETH. So what is that? I don't know, what, $900 or whatever. Yep. I mean, it's crazy. And then that's just what they're going for now. I think a week or so ago. Look at highest price, highest last sale. So, sold for 9, sold for 5, sold for 5. So you're talking, let's see what that was at the time. So it's probably $3,400. So it's 4 days ago. So Ethereum was still over, $3,500, right?
Yeah. And it sold for 5 ETH.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So whatever that is, what's that math? $17,000. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
So, and so what this whole thing has really taught me is that everything is a market, and it's just like I don't come from a sales background, so a lot of the sales stuff is new to me. But what I am learning is that everything's a market. If you can get to a marketplace, and if you can sell these items, if you got enough people in the marketplace, and sometimes you can't even anticipate why things are going crazy. But you're in real estate, so sometimes stuff just starts to happen, and it's like, this makes no sense. But after a while, sometimes you just got to step aside and say, I don't need to understand. I just got to look at the economics.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing, like, because I've missed a few opportunities, saying that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. But I didn't see the demand behind it. And just because I couldn't process it, didn't mean that it wasn't worthy.
Right.
But what I'm getting at here, I think the biggest lesson I think I've learned out of all of this is that you got rich people with a lot of money based on this number here. So if you bought ETH, let's just say you're sitting on 1,000 ETH, right? At 35, whatever that number is. All right. You sit on $3 million. You can throw around, because 1,000 ETH sound crazy now, but back in 2000, I was mining ETH at one point, and I had like 38 of them, and I was like, man, this ain't worth nothing. ETH was trading.
Wow.
So I'll show you. And I mean, because everything is context, right? So if you go back and you see ETH, so they don't even go back that far. So this is ETH, and 99 cents in December 2015. So I'm like, I got 38 of them. I mean, it's like $40, right? It's like, that ain't doing nothing for me. but that 38 ETH now,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that 38 ETH is almost 100 grand.
2,500. No, you put in.
Oh yeah. Oh, I put in 2,500. Oh yeah. Sorry. There you go. 133,000.
Yeah.
And I poo-pooed it. But again, you don't know. So
yeah.
But since you got a lot of these guys that bought down there, that got 130,000 or 1.3 million or 13 million, right? Just add a zero to any of those, they can throw around this money, and that's the thing. So I think that's the biggest piece that I've learned, is that when people are feeling good, they got a bunch of money in their pocket, they're rabid about this space, they do some irrational stuff. And and if you happen to come across an asset, or you're savvy enough to recognize the trends and can pick off something, for a decent price and sell it for another price, you may be able to do something, but it happens fast. So if I go back, so I just saw this the other day, and today actually, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So if I go back here, so these are the cards I've been trading on. So I'm trying to find, where did the other thing go? Hold on, let me do it this way. Yeah, I can't find the chart that I was looking for, but they had a chart that was showing like the price history of some of these things. And what I was getting at, it looks like last week was the best. Okay, here we go. So you see here, so these are these Emblem Vaults. So you can see here from like, what is this? August 18th through like what's that? September 2nd. You can see this curve where you had a lot of volume coming here. Now it's falling off again. So if you caught some of this wave, you could have done well. And so I'm using that in comparison to the analogy. Say you bought something and you say, okay, hey, I paid $13,000 for that one, thinking that I'm going to be able to flip it for 20. And you get out of this cycle. Now you're on this bottom end where this volume falls off. Now you might be holding on to something that you can't get out of at that price. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I saw some of this euphoria and I was able to capture some. But now I've had some of these cards that I got on sale here in my profile. So all of these are for sale that I have, right? And so these are some of the vaults that I have up. I can't even get a bid on them. And these prices, particularly these last 4 right here, these prices were based upon prices that things were selling for in that
when you listed them
area, right?
Okay.
Whereas now, so let's take a look at this Kraken. So I think that this opportunity just might be gone at that price. So let's see what recently sold. Okay, so somebody sold one, but let's see how long ago was this? Okay, so look, that was 13 days ago. So I haven't. So there are no buyers for this card on the recently sold. So it has dried up since then. So if I had purchased these cards outright trying to flip them, I would have had to have my timing right in order to get out of them, because if I'd have bought them at a price that I overpaid for them, thinking that the demand was still going to be there until the demand wasn't, I could be left holding the bag. And in this case, I bought these a long time ago. So, and like I say, I wrote them off as dead. So, I'm not really pressed about it. But
do you think that interest comes in waves, and there might be interest in these again in, a couple of days or weeks in the future where these start selling again? And does it align with the market, what the market is doing?
I don't see any rhyme or reason for it. And so yesterday was a pretty crazy day because, you had a 10,000 Bitcoin drop yesterday, right? Yeah. And so I don't know, and Ethereum dropped from, I think, like 4,000, 39,000 to like 32. So I don't know if that shook people and if that messes with the psyche of people now that would have been free will in buying a lot of stuff. Versus now, are they a bit more cautious? And if so, that's going to reflect itself in the prices. So,
okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if any other. All right, so these are all these Pepes, I'm telling you. So these Pepes is going crazy. They're selling these Pepes like hotcakes. Trying to find some of the spells. So this one, Spells of Genesis. Let me see when this one last sold. Okay, so this is a card that's holding pretty well. This Mt. Gox card, and it's still asking, 2.99 ETH. So what is that? Three. So what, $9,000 or so, a little bit more, but $10,000 and some change. So if I were saying, hey, the market is drying up, if I had one of these and I wanted to sell it, I probably would price it below this just to see if I can move it. But one of the things is, and this is what I don't know just from the marketing side, is I don't know where these sellers, where they hang out and where they get their information from. Because if they don't go through here and search and find my card specifically, then they may find others because they're looking for them and may not be looking for mine. And if for whatever reason, if I don't have it priced right and it doesn't come up in the search engine, they may have money to spend, but they just won't spend it to me because they can't find me. So, that's another dynamic, right? So now you start talking about the, the marketing side of this stuff. Yeah. So, any other questions?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Okay, so can you take a look at Crypto Pills on OpenSea? Crypto Pills by Misha Klein. Crypto-Pills. Yeah, that one right there. So I was in a Clubhouse room. They were talking about this one. This one has had a lot of buzz. I started looking at it, I think maybe Friday. And at that time, like if you scroll back up, there's 10,000 items. They had 1,500 owners at the time I started looking. And so every day it's been going up, which is good because that shows interest. And then the floor price has been around 0.2. It went up a little bit like Sunday, Monday, and it went back down. But I was in the Clubhouse room with the artists yesterday. And I really like these because they're really cute. Eminem had took one of his pills on tour with him a couple of years ago. So he's got some good work under his belt. Like he's done different showcases all over the world. He's from the Netherlands. And he's just been innovated in the digital space as an artist and like pretty much ahead of his time. So I kind of like the artist, the background and all that stuff. And then I just like the buzz around this particular one. And they've been going up and they've been holding their prices pretty steady.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard.
I wanted to see what you... Yeah, I've been looking at this one, and then there was another one that just had their public sale yesterday called the Sevens. I was telling Tony about that one because they were only allowing each wallet to mint one in the first minute, I believe, or first 7 minutes. And then after that, then you can mint 7. Well, something happened where one user was able to mint 1,000 in those first 7 minutes. And so it just kind of upset the whole, everyone that was interested. And there was just a lot of craziness going on around that.
Okay.
Everybody was upset. So I don't know. Have you heard about that one?
No.
The Sevens? Okay.
Yeah, let me bookmark this one and that one. Good.
Actually, these have gone down a good bit too. A little.
And that's the thing. Like, it's so much going on. I can't keep up.
Yes, it's a lot.
And what's the other one called? I'm sorry.
The Sevens.
Oh, the Sevens. Yes. Like that.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, with these two, I went in Clubhouse rooms. I looked at their Discord. I joined their Discord. The Crypto Pills, I think they have a room on Telegram. So I've just been following, watching, listening, reading to hear what they're talking about and see what they're doing and things like that. Just trying to learn.
Yeah, let's see.
Well, these are the two I've been watching.
Okay, so he's selling. I don't know. That's what's interesting. Why this cat so much more than this cat?
And it must be the rarity thing, maybe with those.
Well, they're all. So it looks like it's 7,000 items total, right? So these might be one of ones. And I don't know if there are any, because it looks like they're all different. Or are they? I'm trying to see if there's any the same. Okay, so it's got the hat on. Yellow hat. Let's see, yellow hat. But no, it's a different jacket. So I think they may be unique. They may have some of the same stuff, but not the same exact combination. So
right. Are you under recently sold or
yes.
recently listed? Okay.
Recently sold. I can go on the recently listed though.
Let's see. I'm gonna 207.
Let's see who most favored it. I hadn't even paid attention to that before.
And then the attributes, there's it might be.
Let's see.
There is, yeah. Where you can search.
Okay, night, Japanese motif sweater. Got a beanie, red, petrified demo, circle frame. And it's something about, I don't know how you, okay, so it's 7,000 algorithmically generated pieces of art from references to pop culture anime. Okay, so they may be, since they're all generated, they may have something in the generation to ensure that there are no exact copies.
Right. Let's see.
Out of the 7. But I wonder, now I could see this thing being, kind of unique in terms of him having this thing on. This is interesting. It's funny. So it's like, would you buy one of these because you like it, or would you buy it because you're just trying to make money?
Yeah, the latter.
Right. Yeah. And so I'm trying to think. So, so I'm just thinking. I don't know how you would go by it, but so one thing you kind of done already. So if you were to compare crypto pills, forget about the artwork, but just from a standpoint of the demand when you went into each of the clubhouse or the Discord, who seemed to have the best community between those two, if you were to say?
Well, the 7s had like 58,000 people in their Discord, and I couldn't keep up with their chats.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But then, like I said, I didn't get in there yesterday after I heard what happened, so I didn't see, all of the fuss and what was going to happen and what the developers are saying. So I haven't followed up on it as yet to see what's going on since the drop.
Yeah, but even that, so it's still with $350. That's what this one is. No, is that right? You say what, 0.5? No, 0.5. That's
0.5. So that's 1,500.
Yeah.
Almost 2,000.
Yeah, 1,750. Yeah, that's still pretty high.
Yeah.
Whereas the pills were what? The pills were cheaper.
Yeah, they are.
And it's yeah. I don't know how to value these things. So I'm gonna see if I can find, because another guy.
I guess the best bet is to really try to get in early, but then
but sometimes
you don't know what.
Yeah, and I think that's the best case scenario. If you can, but if you can't, then what? Do you just have to sit on the sidelines and just wait? I'm trying to find this other NFT. Let's save another article. I'm sorry, I'm just looking on my phone trying to see if I can find this other article.
No
this
problem.
guy was talking about how to evaluate NFTs. Let me see. Go back to Twitter. Probably spell that right. Okay, so somebody has put together analytics. I don't know what game this is or what NFT, but it's taking the hair, the eyes, the mouth, and it's assigning values to them.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
It's trying to come up with analytics around, what's
because
the best.
Yeah, in one of the groups in the Pills group on Clubhouse, this one guy, he was talking about he had several screens open. So what he was doing is, like, when one got listed for sale, he would go to Rarity Tools to look it up and get the rank from there, and then go back and look at another one. And he was going back and forth to look at the ranks to decide which one he wanted to get. Like, they had 10,000, so anything 5,000 and below was good. 1,000 and below is even better. So that's what he was doing. And he was like, there's got to be a way to automate this so I don't have to keep going back and forth.
Yeah.
So I think this is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it is. It's I don't know what this key is here, though. Yeah, but it's crazy. So, and Visa bought a CryptoPunk a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I saw that for 150,000.
Right. So I see some actually only valuing me. Yeah, I wish I could have. What was that?
And then someone I was listening to made a really good point that a lot of the corporations that are now getting into Bitcoin, they don't want to miss the NFT craze. At least, I guess maybe that's what people are hoping. So they're going to try to get in on the front end. So hopefully that's the case, and they buy in, and maybe there's other corporations that are going to follow Visa and get in.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This stuff is it's crazy, but if you think about it being an asset class, there are gonna be definitely some ways, and this looks pretty interesting. I'll send you this. I just was searching. Let's see. I'll put it in the chat. Let me put the rest of this in the chat too before I forget. Okay, there you go. Yeah, but just how do you value this stuff? You know what? And I bet you. Bet you somebody's already come up with something. Okay. Yes, I say because of their nature and relatively new, valuation of NFTs is evolving and challenging area. What makes NFTs popular also makes their valuation more difficult. Value is based on perception of owners and buyers, scarcity, access, and distribution channels. There are no physical limitations on NFTs, and they have a broad visibility and liquidity because they can be accessed and distributed across a global landscape in an instant. This is interesting. Let's see this. Maybe you just start to just put together some factors and just start to try to associate them by weight or something. And as you compare one project to another, maybe just start to try to come up with something to see if what you're tracking, does it seem to have a like, so for instance, let's just say let's just create one. So let's say project items date least blockchain. What do you think of some kind of other factors? So like if we took,
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so if you just say like,
total items,
like crypto pills, as an example.
Mm-hmm.
So crypto pills, I don't know, how many was it of that one?
10,000.
Okay. All right. Say it was released. I'll just say August 2020. I don't know when it was, but I think it was ETH. And then maybe there's something, the intangible.
Maybe base price, or I guess that would that really matter? Yeah, it would. It would.
Yeah, you could change it.
Floor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then you could say,
that article that you just read before. So maybe number of series.
Okay.
So we'll know if there's going to be, more versions.
Right. So I was thinking like special, or maybe something unique. So in this case of that, one, I think you say, on tour, with.
Yeah.
I never know how to spell his name.
Eminem. EMI. You're good. EMINEM.
Okay.
Wait.
Is that it?
Nope.
Oh, EN.
No, M and no. Now you have me questioning.
I do not. I don't know. Eminem. Is that it? That's it. I think that's it. Actually, it looks right.
Yeah.
It looks right, but I don't know if that's it. I don't know if I've ever spelled his name before.
Yeah, EMINEM. Is that what you have there? Yes, that's right.
Wow, that's crazy.
So
he took one on tour with him. So that could be a thing, right? Because if Eminem buys one or does something, you know what I mean? That might be something. I think it's series 1, and then in terms of if you took the. So if you said, I don't know how you would do this, but let's pull it up. Let's go back. It's here.
Okay, so it says it has 37 categories, 504 traits.
Okay.
Which allows some to be rarer than others.
Okay, so categories and trait.
Maybe you could put the artists. Did you have a spot for artists?
No, I did not.
Go ahead, sweetie. Go ahead.
Okay.
The artist is Misha Klein, MICHAKLIEN. Maybe we should put a link to the website, and then there's social media links too. Mm-hmm. So Twitter, Discord, Telegram, if they have it.
How many categories and how many traits?
37 categories, 504 traits.
And it was a total of how many? 10,000?
10,000. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so I don't know. So even in that, so I was trying to bring it up. Let me see if I can do this side by side.
Oh, yeah. So these started out at 0.07 ETH.
0.07.
Yeah.
So still 4,000. So that's still $2,800.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm sorry, 0.07.
Oh, 0.0. Oh, okay. So
0.07.
Yeah. So okay. So $280. Yeah. So let's see. So we did like this. Okay. So I'm thinking. So when you start to think about, so I don't know, maybe this is a general sheet, right? So if you see this is, then if you got a specific sheet for each of the projects, and what I'm thinking is kind of like what that guy did. So you say, okay, I don't know. I'm just looking at it. Hair, eyes or glasses, chain, jewelry.
Oh, and actually on OpenSea, there is a way to see all of that. Let's see.
Okay.
See the categories.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Top, t-shirt, scarves, necklace, shoes. Wow.
So there's are you looking at it? The attributes?
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Can you see them on my screen? Am I not sharing anymore?
Oh, I see it. I'm sorry. I wasn't scrolling over. I had zoomed in.
Oh, okay. Hair, eyes, bracelets. Yeah, so if I were to take this, I don't know how to do a pivot. There are sheets. So I don't know if you were assigned like some color or a number, based upon. So like say for instance, we go with insert a column. So in this case, this would be some number here. Right. So, yeah. So I don't know if they're, so even in looking at this, do these traits actually show the rarity? So when it says that 5% has this trait, is that something to be, so would you take these in terms of the lower numbers here? So legs, background, and bottom are more valuable than say bracelets and shucks, those are probably even somewhat higher because some of these are even lower. So you got t-shirts. So this is a 0.8. So that's probably, so it's a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt the most. I guess it's the capital P t-shirt.
Oh, the capital P t-shirt.
But not just that t-shirt. Let's see.
But 0.81% has that trait.
Right. So let's see. So I guess she don't even have a t-shirt. Yeah, so she don't even have a t-shirt. So some of these, okay, so that must go back to what you said here. That they're 514 traits. Oh my gosh, ain't no way you can be able to do all that.
That's a lot.
Absolutely. Unless maybe that's the trait. So maybe it's just 37 categories. So 1, 2, 3,
yeah.
And maybe a trait is an instance of a particular
of that category. Yeah.
That category.
So let's see.
Maybe.
Let's see. That might be right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, when I clicked on that, it did take me to I don't know. They call it Magic Red. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. So it's the necklace was Magic Red. Let me go back to that. I guess all these do had a Magic Red necklace on. I didn't see that. Yeah, so all these do have a red necklace on.
All of them do?
Yep. It's hard to see, but if you look real close, they all do. They all got a red necklace on.
Oh.
Okay. So this is what they mean, this generative stuff. Because I heard of the term, but I thought that they meant like more of like you mixing a bunch of stuff together and creating kind of like an abstract collage. That's what I thought they meant by generative.
Oh, okay.
Not in this context where you basically got some random number generator and you got all of these different things and you just throw them together and see what come out on the other end.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, some of them are layered. So like some of them you can't see it. Like if they have a scarf, then you might not be able to see.
Right. Right. Yes. Yeah, because even this guy here, it's really hard to see because he has 2 chains on it. Actually, look like because he has
two chains.
That YMCA thing, or I think it's a YMCA. Let's see what it is. Oh, you know what? Because hers did say necklace 2. So let's see how many.
But it just was covered up.
Yeah, but maybe he has more than one necklace. So yeah, so he has necklace 1 and necklace 2.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so you got the peace chain.
Hmm.
Okay.
And the magic red, but they all
Yeah,
had
but
the
he had
magic
that
red. I
magic
didn't
red.
notice that before.
Right. Okay. I would have never thought that this stuff had this much detail to it.
Mhm.
I mean, just looking at it, and it's crazy. I wouldn't have never looked at this. So like, so she got the clock on, right? So let me see all the cats with the clock. See, now I'm becoming a geek. The Flavor Flav clock, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when I saw it.
1%. Okay.
Right. Now if I find a brother with some dark skin with the Flav on, so like
yes,
here, I can see this. You see what I'm saying? You got some nice sneaks on. You rocking the Gucci.
These clothes are so cute. A lot of them have, like, just listening to him, the stuff that he's pulled from the 80s and different genres. That one's cute.
But look at this one,
0.69.
Yeah, we can see the Mickey Mouse ears. Yeah, definitely. That one's going to be
yeah.
You can see this is that same one, but just with different eyes. And some
different shoes too.
Yeah, different shoes. Well, look at this one, bald head cat. But these look at these leopard shoes, because you think about the sneaker game too, right?
Yeah.
So you say, okay, well, who got the best sneaks? So let's see. Yeah, so Air Force Jaguars.
2% have that trait, so that's pretty rare. Okay.
Oh, shucks. It must be low to high. Let me change it high to low. Oh, with the Bitcoin. Oh. But what? That's just the price. That's not what they sold for. What did they say? Okay, he sold for 1 ETH. The Brillo pad.
I think there's the Superman one. There's a few with the Superman t-shirts.
Okay.
A few people were looking for those yesterday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's kind of interesting. I'd have never thought that, because I would just look at them real quick and be like, oh, okay, that's cute. Yeah, and just keep moving. I would have never thought that they had this detail. I'll just run DMC. I could see this one being popular now. Just kind of kids with the funky hair.
That red one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already 1.5 ETH. Yeah. Was it 2,154?
Well, that's the price he's listing it for. So the top price is the list price, and then the bottom price is if there is a bottom price that they received an offer on. So if they got an offer, say an offer, but if it actually sold, it'll say last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. So that's nice. It's pretty interesting.
Have you used rarity tools as yet?
I looked at it a couple of times, but most of the stuff that I was looking for, they were not.
They didn't support it?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they didn't have my collections in there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because I think these are more probably Ethereum based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as I look at this, crypto, apes, me beeps, loot, hash mask, cool cats, FIFA. Okay, so this is the one I was telling you about.
World of Women.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually,
there was another one, long neck ladies, that had a little bit of buzz too. Did you hear anything about that one?
No, have not heard of it. Let's see, World of Women. I've been seeing this one. Yeah. Oh no, this is not even a one. It's something. I think the one I'm thinking of is ladies. Something.
Oh, it's not that one.
No, it's not that one. Let's see. neck ladies. Or no, it's not long neck ladies. It's I thought it was something woman. No. Or no, I probably can find it pretty quick here on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Yeah, let's see.
It's crazy how many NFTs are on here.
Oh, it's yeah.
And how many are upcoming too?
Oh yeah. People see this as a land grab, but then for even beyond the people that's just looking at it for
gain,
a money grab. Is this it? This might be it. Orange Force.
Whoa.
Let me see if that was. I don't know if that was it. Can't believe when I'm not looking for it, it doesn't show up, but every other time. Okay, yeah. Fame ladies.
Oh, Fame lady. Okay.
Yeah. These are the ones I'm thinking about. Fame ladies. Let's see.
Fame lady squad. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, these are ones I've been seeing. Yeah, because I remember seeing this one the other day with this. So, because she had this thing in her head. I remember looking really close. I'm like, what is that in her head? So, not piercings, facial expression, eyes, earrings, cheek, clothes. Because she got this. So, would that be a tat? I'm trying to think what they would call it.
On her face?
Colored flower, upper face, colored flower. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I see that.
But yeah, these are
195.
Yeah, so what's the... Okay, so they got 8.9 floor price, volume traded. Okay. Okay, so because like 7 is in the 6th spot.
Oh, wow.
Yes, if you look at the last 24 hours, they're up 10%.
Wow, so they survived that whole ordeal. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it may be good too because that speaks to the community that they still believe in and they just didn't sell out and run.
Yeah.
So I've heard of me bits. This is pudgy penguins, and so look in the last couple of days, they're up 600%.
Wow.
But you can see last 7 days. Let's see, last 7 days. So Fusion Apes.
Fusion Apes. Good Lord.
I never even heard of
Look how much they're up.
Right. What's that?
Fusion Apes.
158,000%. That's crazy.
That in 7 days. Oh, I saw Doge Pound Puppies. Crypto Kitties.
Yeah, that's probably the original. One of the original. Just go back to like 17. Yeah. Dope Wars. What's this? Dope Wars.
Another game.
Light loot project without the fantasy. Oh, it's just these word crap. I don't. Yeah. To me, those seem. I don't know. And
those are. Is it the caption like what happens at the end of the game once you beat the game or something like that?
Don't start.
I think that's what I read.
I ain't even read that far. I just looked at it. So Glock white tank top with big smoke, rollerblades, Adderall, Candy Woman, Gucci Slides, Mob Town, Mother of an Outlaw Game, Nitro
Okay.
Gloves from Hong Kong, Silver Chain, Peking Ring.
Oh, what's okay? Look, the caption right below it.
I don't know what deal. Oh, okay. Drug Lords is randomized street gear generated and stored on chain. Images, stats, and other function intentionally meant for others to interpret it. Oh, okay. So the GTA, so Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, so I mean, I guess if you're into those, you know, I guess gaming worlds and stuff, you know, that would make. I mean, I don't play GT. I don't play games in general, so I just know a GTA, you know, from it being an old school game. But that's about it. Now, one of my boys, he told me about this project.
Punk's Cosmic. Okay. Oh, they haven't revealed yet, or is it minted? Is the proper term?
Yeah, but they haven't minted yet. I thought they did.
Oh, they're high. Goodness.
Oh no, yeah.
6.
Right, crazy.
Well, they got good ratios, 10,000, and they've already got 3.6 thousand owners.
Yeah, and then look at the volume. Volume is crazy.
Wow.
28,000. Yeah. And then too, if you look here, you see this graph.
Where's the graph?
Just showing the price, sales price. See kind of how they're going up. So
How did you just get to that?
I just clicked on the just clicked on it. So if you go back to Punks, I think that's just volume traded.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Volume traded. Yeah, so it's just average price, the volume. So I'm looking at the volume. Yeah, so
It went up.
good volume, you know, Labor Day weekend. The weekend. So what's the 29th? So yeah, so it must have been Friday, Saturday. And what's the 4th and the 5th? So 4th and 5th, is that Friday, Saturday as well?
The 4th. It's Friday.
Was it
Let me double check. Saturday. The Saturday.
Yeah. So Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. I was trying to see if there's some kind of correlation, but maybe not. No, this is.
So one item just sold for 10 ETH on there. Wow.
Oh, for real? That's crazy. So yeah, I don't even, you know, this stuff is incredible, right?
Totally.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll shoot you. Let me shoot you this spreadsheet. Let me just start messing with, and that way, if you want to fill it out and add something to it.